Hello, Rebel GMan Division 4C. It is I, your recapper, Chug Man Milk, with the final recap. Here again with Lord Brainlord.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. So, you may have noticed no recap last week. Oh well, fucking suck it up, I guess. Well, yeah, we will be covering last week's results, but in sort of just a passing. First result. 2-0 to Rorimbo Orcs versus Legion Dead Metal. Poor old Crepsilum, but Rorimbo got his first win on the board.
Yeah, it was that. I mean, I think Kreb was missing a ghoul and a white, and his wolf got Kaz on like turn 2. That was just grim game for him, but yeah, nice win for Rorimbo.
Absolutely. Next game was a 1-0 admin win for Suregod Elf Storage. The Carl Yeager report that week was just, I think my opponent isn't going to show up. Yeah, well, he was right.
Correct.
Diastuco Dragons won 2-0 versus Alfheim Artists. Good result for Ricky Titan and his ailing high elf team.
Yeah, solid win, nicely done stuff. Just mentioned this in the Discord. Darkquark kind of gave up a little bit in the second half and just tried to gang fell one guy over and over again.
I had that happen in my game last. I had someone was like, okay, there's nothing to get out of the game. My underworld killed like a white and a flesh golem straight up within like 5 turns. So he was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Surf my fucking killer thrower into the crowd and broke his armor. So not broke his armor, broke his edge.
Damn.
Which sucks.
That's just mean.
That
Yeah,
mean, bastard. Next result was a 1-0 admin result again for Open Craft Beers, which after like their horrible week before that's pretty good to like get all the MGs cleared.
Yeah, it's a nice timing for that.
Shocking 3-0 victory for Dusseldorf Rainfire versus Freya's Guard. That was a good result for the high-flying Dark Elves all the same. Didn't get murdered like we would have predicted.
Yeah, was this the late game? I don't remember this, because they've just suddenly turned it around a bit, haven't they, at the end?
Yeah.
Little wobble, strong finish.
Definitely.
That's a huge result.
Absolutely. Another huge result. 2-1 to Wolfbark versus Calcium in the grudge match of the century. Wolfbark criticizing the fucking ball-carrying Bull Centaur with his sneakily named Line Rat, with Calcium responding in the YouTube comments with shots fired. And guess what? Wolfbark backed it up and showed you why you should never take sure hands on a Bull Centaur by beating him in a game of Blood Bowl, which is how all disputes should be solved. If the Palestine-Israel conflict was solved this way, it would still just be the Israelis complaining they got diced by the...
Actually, can you imagine a Snake Eye in that game? Would
oh, God.
echo down the ages.
Yeah. You say Snake Eye, I show you Snake Eye, and shoots Palestinian kids. Anyway, let's not get political. We'll now go on to 2-0 victory for Skeletons. Block You Like a Hurricane versus Calradian Crusaders. Nothing crazy, but then we get on to week 12.
Quite a lot of armor breaks. That was well done.
The thing about the thing is like we were going to cover last week, weren't we? But then we couldn't find a time on Wednesday because you were going out. And
then one of the games was delayed, wasn't it, as well? And I can't remember which one.
And also,
it was only 4 games.
When we were ready to sit down on Saturday, a bunch of big results had already been played. So it's just like
people, they want up to date stuff now.
Yeah.
Week 11, that's old news. Week 12 is what people care about. Plus, I put all my effort into week 12 now as well.
Yeah.
I can actually remember what happened in those games.
Of course. Well, the first game, do you remember what happened in Block You Like a Hurricane versus Rorimbo Orcs, which was
I sure do. It was a 1-0. This was a cool game. I mean, I've written little match reports for all these. They're about 30 seconds long if you want them. But
yeah, go on. Someone has to put in the effort.
Let's say we can listen to this one, and if we like him, go for more.
Yeah.
So it was Rorimbo kicks off, all pushes on the line of scrimmage. Rorimbo's unable to knock over so much as a rookie skeleton until turn 2, by which time Cyclone is already showing off 2 flawless skeleton dodges. Cyclone plays it conservative for a full 1 turn before driving his entire team into the orc cage at maximum speed. I guess that's like moving forward, isn't it? It's not very fast.
Yeah, that's a very good strategy.
They sack the ball, Rorimbo recovers, but the drive is kind of run out of energy. Cyclone then dodges with a Tomb Guardian. He's just showing off.
Just showing off, yeah.
It basically shuts down the Rorimbo's drive. He does a nice little breakaway, but it doesn't work out. And Cyclone then he's got his drive down to 3 Tomb Guardians, but otherwise he's all right. Can't pick up the ball to save his life. Scoops out the sideline, but it lands deep in his own half, so it's like it's a long way, but it's pretty safe. And he just kind of rolls it in, basically. Rorimbo tries a lot with Maroth, his Agi 4 blitzer, lots of dodging, and doesn't quite, almost pins the ball against the side, but fails the last GFI, and Cyclone strolls it in for a 1-0 win. And I think Rorimbo did pretty well, but that Cyclone team is brutal, and 100% dodge for the Khemri.
That is pretty silly. Yeah, I mean, poor Rorimbo, but then again, Skeleton showing why he has been a fantastic coach throughout the entirety of the league.
Yeah, because I thought this was Rorimbo gave him a real challenge, but he was up to it.
No, absolutely. A shock result though next, 2-0 for Calradian Crusaders versus Calcium's
Yeah.
And the perfect MVP.
Look at that little skull there.
Yeah. So the maimed Jimmy Fantastic Ball Centaur is dead. Rest in piss. I mean, this is pretty fucking unfortunate. I can't remember if Calradian Crusaders even have like a Claw Mighty Blow beyond the Warrior. They have a Warrior, don't they? That's Claw Mighty Blow, I think.
They go, yeah, but I don't think there was any piling on at any rate. There's a little bit of claw around, but yeah, I mean, this was mostly self-inflicted from Calcium.
Oh, great.
So yeah, I mean, at the start of the game, he makes more failed pickups. He gets it eventually, but the Calradian Crusaders do a nice end of turn wizard, which you don't see a lot on the ball carrier, which knocks it sort of into his own guys. And then Calcium's responding turn makes a 1 dice, has to re-roll it, makes another 1 dice, skull. That's Yes, I'm Fantastic dead.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh no. I mean, like in just a CCL game, I saw a guy wisely he had a Black Hawk who rolled both down skull against like a Chorf blocker with nothing on it, and he was like, you know what, I'm not gonna re-roll that. That's fine. I'm armor 9. Why waste to re-roll? It's raining anyway. It shouldn't be much of an issue. Instant dead Black Hawk into M&G. It was amazing. And then I hit him like for 3 times in that next turn. Injury, like KO, no Mighty Blow involved. It was just like, oh my god. And then by the end of the game,
just drains you to live, doesn't it?
By the end of the game, he had 2 pieces left, and this was against like no Mighty Blow trip.
Holy moly! Yeah, I mean, Calcium rolled 5 1 dice skulls in the first half alone, and then failed all his KO rolls,
which is obviously unlucky. I think like Calcium has had very decent luck in like the last few matches, or at least like the start of the season. Obviously, Calcium is a very skilled coach, but I think this is like the one game where just like everything went wrong.
Yeah, he could not catch a break for this turn.
Yeah.
He did, though, on turn 16, manage to get 2 SPP on Lube Up and Lost Me, the new Hobgoblin. That's the only good thing that happened in this whole game.
It's not even good as well. Like
I mean, it's not good.
Hitting turn in, turn out of your blockers being like, I want to get some SPP on them, and then just like a random Hobgoblin just
guess I'll use it
for no reason. Like, oh,
the least important guy on the entire team.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the MVP and got level, then be like, oh, okay, that's alright. But he didn't. Something even better than the
MVP. But yeah, neat and tidy stuff from Project Angel and a cool wizard. Just bad times for Calcium Cats.
Well, our next game though is speaking of death and destruction, Freya's Guard versus Wolfbark's Mischief. 1-0 to Wolfbark, and this another win. Still unbeaten.
Terrifying. What is going on with this team, by the way? Because he managed to induce Morgenthorg in this game. Like, I really didn't think there was that much of a TV difference. Meant to look into that.
There's a massive. Like, to be fair, Freya's Guard has like the obvious floaty pieces. It has like a bench of like what 3 or 4. It's insanely.
Hey, not anymore.
Well, yeah, definitely. Wolfbark lost his best players in like halfway through the season.
That's true. Yeah, his legend died, didn't it? So
he has nothing on the team really, apart from the one good blitzer and like 2 or 3 pretty decent gut runners.
That he has that one amazing gut runner who did an obscene amount of work in this game.
Yeah, and 2 deaths. And we'll look at the like injuries. just the presence of Mighty Blow piling on that team for Wolfbark. He managed to get 5 injuries, 2 kills, and although the KOs were in the favour of the Norse, all in all, it's not 100% similar, but it's like roughly keeping pace with one another. Even if I think it hurts the Norse slightly more due to, I don't know, it actually hurts the Skaven slightly more because the Skaven don't have as good as a bench, I believe. Although we didn't check in after like 2 weeks, so we don't.
I think they're still rocking a few sort of permed line rats to roll out.
Yeah, which is like, okay, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it kept pace with one another. However, Wolfbark managed to both stop the score and also score himself.
Yeah, he sacked the ball like 7 times or something. That help meme guy, he's just ridiculous. There's at one stage, Glodian didn't bother picking up the ball because he knew he'd get sacked. He just like marked it up, and then the sacker just walks past it and picks it up anyway.
Well, I know it's like, oh well, I don't want him to pick up it up, and like in some certain situations you wouldn't pick up a ball. Be like, the scatter is worse. You don't have to re-roll, and you know it's a 4-ups in range.
I think it was the right move, yeah.
But like at the same time, Elp meme can just blitz something onto the ball, get a better scatter potentially for itself, and it's like, oh, then you look like a dickhead. So
if you're within 9 squares of this guy, the ball's gonna get knocked on the floor somewhere
there is
anyway.
Nothing you can. It's an unplayable piece. You can't do anything about it. And you know, obviously there are people who can really, really like do well in working around these kind of pieces and like put themselves into the best positions. But I wouldn't begrudge someone too much if they made like a positional mistake under pressure, not knowing how to deal with what is basically a really tough piece to do anything against.
I mean, I don't know how you would deal with it. I think Glodian did a pretty good job. He kept fighting till the end, despite. The only weird thing, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe this is a good move. He like appoed a badly hurt level 2 Ulverner, and then got like a really good piece killed, and his main killer dodged off diving tackle and cast himself. Yeah. So like, I would have liked that appo when that when those other Kazas came in.
I mean, like, I don't really mind the power appo at all. One assumes maybe Glodian was like, oh, well, yeah, losing someone to that is bad, and obviously he has a Mighty Blow piling on piece, but I expect myself to be able to work through his team enough that the chance...
Maybe he wants the strength or something, yeah.
But then, obviously, it didn't happen, because we'll see what died in a bit.
Yeah, we'll come to that in a little while.
But that's a good result for Wolfbark. We'll go on to Reindorf Rainfire beating Open Craft Beers 2-0. Crazy game, 0 armor breaks for Dusseldorf.
Unbelievable! Look at the armor breaks. This game was a joke.
I know. And to be fair, 2 injuries inflicted for the Chaos are 4 armor breaks. So half the armor breaks were Kaz, which is a.
But although 55 blocks for 4 armor breaks is pretty. Yeah, I mean.
Walker, what about you open rolling 3 6s and 11 1s?
No, I didn't check the dice rolls. Wow, that's a bummer. This is kind of a weird game because obviously, like, just nobody got removed. It was just like you just had to position around. Everyone just moved all the time, and obviously the Dark Elves with this bit more movement and agility 4 came out on top of that.
It's also worth pointing out 11 skulls to 6 pals, 15 both downs, so 3 defense stumbles for the elves. That was pretty shite in terms of blocking. Yeah,
that's some rubbish dice from.
This looks like
it's just rubbish dice from everybody, really, isn't it? This is a weird game.
The one thing I'll say about Dusseldorf is they got 92% of the dodges, and they made a lot of dodges. So it's like everyone had bad giant dice in blocking, but obviously the elf team doesn't really need that, and especially with all the blodge they have.
I think if no one's hurting anybody, it works out in the Dark Elves' favour, as you can see from the score.
Yeah. Our next result is Alfheim Artists 1-0 against the Bioweek. Who cares? Big win for Carl Jaeger.
A huge win for Carl Jaeger.
Yeah,
is he written us a letter?
Yeah, let me check. There's a lot I've had to. Well, okay. Firstly, when did this game happen? I don't think he said anything. No. So, I mean, he's told
do my impression of him.
He's told me my name Carl Jaeger. Yeah, I do. My name Carl Jaeger. I do think he wrote something. He wrote something about like about the season ahead. So
Oh, was he already thinking of next season?
yeah, so he didn't write too much in the
Thinking
game
big.
itself. But here's what I'm going to say firstly about Carl Jaeger. Uh, Carl Jaeger is a gent. We love Carl Jaeger. I don't believe we've been giving him enough of a shout out, although we do the Carl Jaeger report. I hope, you know, I hope that his season ends very well. I hope he doesn't have to re-roll the team. I hope he gets to keep it. He deserves a massive shout out for making these recaps a million times better with his effort week in, week out. Despite like just a little bit of prod, like I barely prod him at all. Sometimes I don't even say things. I just like read the thing and go, "Yep, that's great." Put him into the recap and don't really say anything. So
It's because it does a job. He's doing half our work for us, and I don't know the guy, but I like the way he plays Blood Bowl. His games are
yeah,
always good to watch, no matter what.
absolutely. And we'll talk about the Carl Jaeger report in the actual like team update because a lot of it is related to the team.
All right. So
So
as for the actual match, then I guess obviously there's going to be a little bit of luck involved in a 5-1, and District Dragons got a bit unlucky. They like snaked the tripwire for their first touchdown, and then there was like 2 kicks in a row that were like right on the tree man, one for each, which makes it a bit hard to start off. But he did score an amazingly fluky goal. On the other hand, his one goal,
yeah,
Sugargard had fully caged both of his scoring threats, like 9 guys around them.
yeah.
But he makes 6+ catch, 4+ dodge, gets out there and scores. I actually cheered. It's the only time I've ever cheered for something watching these games. I felt
Oh
so
no,
bad for him, but he
I
got.
cheered. I cheered when I saw that. Like it was like Amazon had like 3 players left in the. I think it was the play-ins one season recently, the one play-in season, and they had to make like something ridiculous, like 6+, like 5+, no re-roll, and then a bunch of other dice, like some 2+ and 3+ here and there, against Kemry, who had reduced him to that 3 players. And they did it, and they had like the Scottish commentators as well. They had Chubsec and McNaughton, and
And
they were losing their minds. That
you
was
gotta love it when it happens. Yeah.
precisely, yeah. I mean, to be fair to Ricky Titan, Dodgers was 74%, which is shit as an elf team. Going for its were, 69%, which is bad unless you were in a blizzard. Yeah, it looks like there's like the dice weren't amazing. The catches were good.
I mean, his team is it's tough because he's got like I think he has like 1 tackle on the team, and he has got no sacker,
Yeah,
and Shirko's got like 50 dodge and a couple of great sackers, and he's got Dragons have got 2 mighty blow, but he's got this Shirko's got that ridiculous pylon war dancer, so he just didn't really have any advantage. So it was a
precisely,
tough
yeah.
game for him, but he kept going till the end, which I always love to see.
And Carl Jaeger's an aggressive coach. He can definitely be the kind of coach who will, if the other coach isn't ready in an elf game, completely just force the critical failures and turn that into
Just gave him the
not even a shootout, just score.
just
Score.
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit. I can't remember. Probably like about 4-1 or something. One of the Dragons' kickoffs. He sets up a little defensive screen, picks up the ball, stands behind it, then changes his mind and just runs as far away as possible because he's just terrified of the sack. There were so many sacks in this game. I felt bad for him, but
Yeah.
it's just relentless stuff.
Yeah, I mean
From
you can't blame him at all. You can't really blame him
no,
at all.
not. I think he played about as well as he could do.
True.
Wood Elves had some fairly good armor, but apart from that, I mean, yeah, it's just a great team, and against a team that couldn't really solve any of the problems he was given it.
Absolutely.
And I'd be very happy with all that SPP, won't he?
Yeah, I mean, you will. Yeah. Last game is going to be an admin decision because Rattlesnake is a dropout, confirmed. Rest in peace.
Oh, R.I.P. Rattlesnake, we hardly knew you.
Yeah.
That's some rubbish MVPs for crap, isn't it? 2 zombies. He can't get anything going on this game.
Oh, yeah, level up. So gotta level up. Gotta be happy.
I guess it is a level up.
Maybe he rolls strength and becomes like amazing.
You never know. Yeah, we'll see, won't we?
Oh no, I know because he has a bunch of level ups he hasn't taken. I can see it from this already.
Oh,
There's at least 3 people I have to shout at. So.
this is appalling. I hate it.
I know. We'll go on to teams, but first we're going to go do the table. So, switch to the table now. Yeah, so as everyone can see, hopefully, Wolfbark is top. Wolfbark is top, Skeleton is second, and the only person who can become second instead of Skeleton is either Wolfbark if he loses his game and Skeleton wins, or Siggy Ration Sensitivity, who has the potential to pip, those Khemri if the Khemri lose and Siggy wins. It's not.
Ooh.
I think I can't remember if I played Siggy recently in the CCL. I think. Good coach.
Oh, your voice has got a little bit fuzzy.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he has been a good coach. Yeah, he had a couple of rough games, but he's basically been consistently good all season, hasn't he? Look at that 8-2-2.
Yeah, it's a good result, honestly. Currently for Siggy, it's become like really kind of just strong at the top, and unfortunately everyone's like fallen. Like there's a really sort of when you're seventh and below that, it's a bit sad.
Yeah, there's quite a big carve in this league, isn't there? The haves and the have-nots.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, with that in mind, Wolfbark is not a lock for playoffs, but pretty much will be, I think. He has an amazing TD difference. He is a very strong coach, plus still unbeaten.
Ridiculous.
Amazing.
He needs to lose now. I've got to cheer for it just to stop this horrendously good record going all the way.
I don't think it's like a record or anything in terms of REBBL, but it's really good. I mean, he'll be very proud of his. Also, just proving that what we said all along, which is he was probably going to win the league, just by.
That's true. That's our incredible insight. We called it. We were on it.
The thing is, he's won the league even without the natural one turner.
Actually, yeah, he lost him like halfway through the season, and it just did not slow him down at all.
He lost a blitzer as well. He's just playing. He is playing, and being at the top the entire season, entirely due to. I keep switching between tabs. Whoops! I forgot that I'm like looking at. Yeah, I forgot I'm not actually in particular looking at.
All the secrets.
My desktop, yeah, rather than on the Blood Bowl thing. But yeah, so Wolfbark is top. We knew it was going to be top. Khemri has been solid all season. Good for Khemri, but Khemri can do this if it's played right.
Yeah, this is surprising. These have been better than I thought they've been. They've been really good.
Quite frankly, I think all the strongest teams in the entire league are mostly at the top.
I think you'd say that 6. It's pretty fair, isn't it? Probably.
Yeah, like Calcium's team, I think is a bit weak, or has been weak. Like when it started out the league.
Yeah, he got a bit of luck, and now he's had a bit of bad luck to bounce it out. So it's probably he's the sort of the middle guy, isn't he, between the big boys and the.
I could predict him to be up here on merit alone. The only issue has been that his team is like a decently rookie trough team, and although a rookie trough team can do quite a bit, but for a long time he had like one good piece.
It makes a difference. There's quite a big change in variety with every team. Like I'm thinking, Ricky Titans played really well, but his team is atrocious. If he'd had a better team, he could have done way better in this season, for example.
Absolutely, yeah.
So there's a lot of combos of where someone like Wolfbark, great coach and a great team, look at what can happen.
Precisely, yeah. But that is our sort of current situation. Wolfbark most likely going to win, but it can be pipped by the Khemri. We'll see what happens in next game week, so still stuff to play for. We will move on now to the teams. I want to ignore everyone who hasn't taken their level up.
Hell yeah.
So we are going to ignore Crepsilum. He has nothing new anywhere, I don't think. Apart from that zombie, he hasn't leveled. So you get nothing. Carl Yeager has had some things. He hasn't taken the level up, but we have some things to talk about. Because we do have
importantly,
we have the Carl Yeager report. So Carl Yeager does say, firstly, the Chorfs fucked his team.
That's not untrue.
Yeah, completely. He wanted to keep the team for next season. He had some goals. This game he had 3 goals. He wanted to do a vanity pass on the SPP catcher. So Goma Pal, I think that was.
Goma Pal did finally level. He actually got 2 vanity passes. Great game for him.
I know. So that goal 1 checked off. 2, scored 2 touchdowns for the new War Dancer. Yeah, got that. 3,
and some.
3, feeling lucky trying to do 3 touchdowns on the SPP catcher. Which I think he did. Yeah, he did.
Which also done, yeah. I mean, this game went completely perfectly for him in that regard. A great game to rebuild for next season.
Amazing. He managed all 3. it's not possible to be any more lucky. Obviously, that was more luck than skill, but he'll take it. War Dancer snagged the MVP. 12
12 SPP.
SPP. First
12
game.
SPP in one game. Unbelievable.
He doesn't know pick the skills just yet, but the War Dancer Blood Catcher rolled normal. So he hasn't decided on the skills. Okay.
Because you got because Goma Pile has taken movement. I mean, movement 9
I mean,
without
yeah.
catch. That's pretty incredible.
You take that. You don't like turn that down because you need one push to now like score the one turner. So.
I mean, he managed to score a 1-turn with just the movement 8 guys last game anyway. So movement 9 will be scoring them easy peasy.
Yeah, I mean, he has the option to pick something like strip ball or tackle or whatever he so wants with Animal Mother. I think touchdown should probably get. You could say sidestep, but because there might be games where the sidestep is more helpful than trying to get the movement 9 1-turner doing stuff.
Yeah, it gives you varieties. Nothing the variety is nice. Wouldn't be surprised with strip ball on Animal Mother since I mean Joker has strip ball, but he leaps on like a 5. So I'm guessing we're not going to see much of that.
No, he can't leap anymore, which is a massive issue. But Animal Mother still could, but there is the issue of strip ball potentially becomes less useful in the longer league format because everyone has their hands and their carrier.
Lockhart, his like prime sacker, doesn't actually have strip ball and hasn't really needed it. He sacks the ball all day anyway.
Yeah, precisely.
So yeah, maybe not. Maybe something else.
I can understand Kalyev not taking these level ups because they are kind of a bit of an issue. Like, how do I make this team?
Especially he's very much looking at next season, isn't he? So he probably wants to sit on this
as long as
for a
possible.
Couple of days to think about it. Yeah, which is fair enough.
So
we'll let him off.
We'll permit that. We're glad though. We are glad that Goma Pal.
It's been a long time coming. That was almost worth a cheer, seeing that little vanity pass go in.
Also, it's funny because Kalyev could put some extra stuff as well.
Oh yeah.
Watch like recaps. You guys are so spot on doing predictions. Paraphrasing, Goma Pal might take the admin MVP, and there's nothing Carl can do about it. He got the admin MVP.
It's true. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Maybe it's time for Goma Pal to become the new star after Cowboy. Goma gets plus MV.
It's true. We've been with the hand of fate guiding this team onwards and upwards.
Which makes me happy. I'm glad we could have single-handedly guessed him. Yeah, we were the ones who rolled the dice. Literally, we took the dice in our hands and we cupped them together and we shook them like a businessman's handshake, and then we let loose.
The two of us. Then we high-fived each other.
Exactly. We high-fived each other as I went down the dice tower, and it just came up 6-4. Got to move up. Wow, thank you, Jesus.
You're welcome.
We'll be moving on now to Rorimbo, who has gotten guard on a...
Guard on back, which is good. He's got a lot of guard now. This team is looking pretty good now.
It's looking good. I mean, there's a lot of things that it can do. I hope Rorimbo has a sort of a stronger season next season, because I think this team, although it's reaching a point where like Orcs will now start facing Claw, and no matter how beefy the Orc team gets, it's like being an issue. But at least it's by picking up more guard, it has the potential to win Chaos and Nurgle battles by guard locking them. So we'll see about that. Rorimbo's team was good.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I liked this Agi guy. Like he dodges with that guy a lot. Gets a lot of mileage out of that Agi up, which I like to see. That leverage your things. It's looking good. I'm a fan.
Definitely. We will now move on to Dark Quark, and Dark Quark gave us a little bit of a ping, I think.
Yeah, he posted this. He's very happy with this, which he would be.
Well, so now he's got. Obviously, we have Henry Matisse, who has the edge up, and now Frida Kahlo too has got another edge up.
Which is basically the big tragedy. We lost Frida Kahlo 1 early on, but now he basically got it back again.
What's so funny is Sandro Botticelli, after dying after getting his first level,
still
SPP. Yeah.
So he like written off this team. He wanted to reroll to like Chaos or something, become a dirty bash coach. But then now that little bit of Agi up, he's rethinking, which I love to see.
I'm glad.
I think this is a fun team to be now.
I'm glad for him, even though I played him in the UK BBL like 2 weeks ago. Just smashed the shit out of me. Yeah, it was it wasn't competitive at all. I think he put another niggle on my niggled retriever Ad 5 leap line. Not like,
Oh man, with double niggles, hard to
yeah,
justify keeping that around in and out. It's painful.
Well, I have to keep it around. I mean, I've rolled another edge up on the gut runner, so I could just say, alright, let's build another gut runner now. Nevertheless, I will keep it around for just now. But yeah, fuck you, Dark Quark. But this team does look good. He's got everything that he wants in that team. He's got interesting skill ups and...
And it's those blitzers are now all the point where they can take fun skills. You take your tackle, sidestep, dodge, then you can do whatever you want. You can start picking up weird things. About to get fun. Botticelli, obviously, a little bit of work needed. The lineman, well, you've got one good lineman, and yeah.
I think the
the
thing
witch elves are
that
cool.
Dark Quark will want now is to pick up that Mighty Blow, which is...
Yeah, he really wants Mighty Blow on one of these blitzers, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Or even that Frida Kahlo wouldn't hate it.
Yeah. With Tom Racing and his Open Craft Beers, let's check him in with him.
Win with him.
I think he's got a movement up on his carrier, which is amazing. That's good.
That is. Did he already have that? Is that new? I don't even know.
I think that's new.
That is. Yeah, that is.
Must be new.
It's a really nice catcher. Carrier, whatever.
Yeah, Beastman carrier. That's good. Everything else is there's nothing new. I think. No.
Yeah, pretty much is as is. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, Tom Racing is a good team. It's not as uniform as a lot of Chaos teams. Like, if I would prefer, to be honest, having like a Chaos team that has like just block guard warriors and like have a few of these more vanity skills elsewhere. Like
I'm sympathetic to picking up the exciting stuff. But yeah, you do tend to see more. Yeah, block on everybody and then go from there.
Yeah, precisely. But Tom Racing is a good team for next season. I think there are some weak points to his team. A lot of them are revolving around him keeping the niggles, but it's up to him. If they have Blodge, he can keep them around until they die.
Yeah, we've talked about this. But he's like, I think he's done a bit better as the season's gone on. Starting to get a feel for the team a little bit and
which is
get a couple of wins.
That is what you got to do. You just got to sort of get into the swing of things, and he seems to
have. Excuse me, sorry about that.
No worries. We're both dying.
We're dying, yeah, it's that time of year.
We will now move on now to Glordian's team, which has a massive gap, and you could see it. It's no strength 5 linesman anymore. Died
a little bit. I'm not sure, but I think this might have been on a single dice skull self-kill.
That's yep.
Have to double check that. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, this is kind of awful. Losing a double strength up is crazy, but he didn't actually use him that much. Like, he rarely blocked and stuff. He was just kind of part of the line or whatever. This team is still very good. I think he'll be all right. It won't change how he has to play that much. This team's still pretty fearsome.
Yeah.
But yeah, double strength up. It's gotta hurt, hasn't it, man? God damn.
I mean, so Glordian did post in the chat being like, well, it's bloat anyway. It has no strength access, so it wouldn't become useful even if it got stuff and didn't do much. As we kind of.
That's what I mean. It was a little bit bloaty in that sense, I think.
Yeah. He's also lost on I think it was just Dirty Play he lost as well. Dirty Play's guy's gone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, another guy died there.
But otherwise, the team is still looking pretty strong. I can't remember if he lost something in the game beforehand. I don't think he did, but. The one issue I think he's having is he is starting to lose a bit of his bench, even though he has like lots of money. So
he's got money, so yeah, he can sort that out. Also, no, his thrower actually did like a serious throw. I don't know if I've ever seen a Norse thrower do like an important actual throw before. Love to see it.
Somewhere, I can't remember if it's like an older edition, but or like just when people sell the team, they label for some reason the runners as catchers because there is that thrower. So all the runners. Despite not being catchers, you shouldn't build them as catchers. So that's a bad idea.
This is bad advice for giving that now. It would make more sense if they were, wouldn't it?
It kind of would, but like, so the tabletop miniatures would be like, oh, this is a catcher. No, it is not a catcher.
Do not catch with this, yeah. Movement 7 dauntless guy. 93.
But good team, strong.
Good team.
We'll move on now.
Handsome.
To
Bing bong.
Thermonuclear Palm. Because Alligator Raid obviously isn't in the league anymore.
Sadly, you'd love to look at those skinks, but there we go. So we've not replaced Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, you can't until he gets 130. So
they 130? God, they're expensive, aren't they?
They are. They're really fucking expensive.
Ooh.
And now instead of having something like a block, break, tackle, mighty blow, or block, break, tackle guard. He has fucking bullshit bull centaur.
Nothing. Sprint your feet, whoopee. I mean, the rest of his
Um,
team is still fine. He's got a decent amount of guard and everything. But yeah, that's going to be really annoying, especially to have a. You know, he's going to start next season with a rookie bull centaur to deal with.
yeah, that's a massive issue. No market, it's a big issue for Calcium going forward. But you know, swings and roundabouts really. Calcium will be probably fine. I mean, I don't know how promotion works. If Calcium stays in Div 4, he will just dominate it most likely.
I think last season it was like top 7 or 8, or definitely 6 or 7 teams all went up.
Yeah.
So he's probably going up, I would say,
Can't
as a
even
guess. Someone has no idea.
can't even throw it as well. He has to be in that.
Yeah, he's got too much of a cushion there. He can't. Yeah.
So Calcium just re-roll into something like, I don't know, Chaos, and then ride out the great.
Yeah, he could always re-roll.
Otherwise, team strong. You know, big gap, but 2 claw pom, or well, 2 claw mighty blow. One's pom, one's not, obviously because it's move busted, but very nice.
It is very nice.
Skeleton hasn't taken his fucking level up.
Unbelievable. It's not even a cool level. Who is it? It's like, how was a Blitz Ra?
Well, that's pretty. Like that could be Juggernaut, I'd say.
Yeah,
Dauntless,
that'd be
maybe.
nice.
I mean, you don't really need Dauntless because you've got all the strength 5. So like Juggernaut's probably for the best to stop 1 and 9s, fucking up your blitz and being a wrestle hunter. So yeah.
But double would be nice as well. We'll see.
You could take a dodge with double, but I would leave all. Your jump up's a little bit weak because it's a free up. I mean, it's still okay.
I struggle with it because the Adi 2 struggles.
I mean, I'll be honest, I take jump up on a claw pom chorf, so I mean, free ups are fine as long as he's like, just it's the odd every so often for greed rather than a consistent part of his strategy. But yes,
I reckon I'll take something smart.
Yeah, definitely. So otherwise, the team has 2 block fucking Tomb Guardians, which is horrifying.
6 mighty blow, looking good. These wrestle skeletons, he gets a lot of work out of those wrestle skeletons as well, sacking the ball and stuff.
Yeah,
love to see it. Don't ignore the skeletons.
No, you don't. I mean, every part of his team, pretty much apart from the dirty player skeleton and the Tomb Guardians, obviously that don't have block. Or it's all 50-ish% to knock him down. So it's a really resilient team.
It's beefy. It's been showing that, hasn't it? He's going up against everybody and smashing them all to bits.
Yeah, he has a strong record as well. This is a good team. We wish him well for the next season. Let's look at Ricky Titan's team. To be honest,
he did not get a level up.
Didn't get any level ups, but I mean, he might have had it from like. Well, no, he got level ups from last week, didn't he?
Right.
So
is one of these mighty blows new? Maybe, I don't know.
Yes, well, he has 2 new mighty blows. He has the guard line elf is mighty blow. So he has guard mighty blow on a line elf.
2 doubles on that guy.
Yeah, wow. I might have thought about stand firm, but you know what? Fair play.
I like it. Become a big murder elf team. Why not?
Yeah, leading into that whole high elves or the Bashir team in terms of the elf teams.
Once you get some tackle anyway.
Another mighty blow gets put on the blitzer. Brill. 2 block catchers. 1 block catcher. I think that's a bit weak. That should be like dodge still.
I would always go dodge, and I think you want. You wouldn't say no to 2 wrestle catchers as well potentially, but he's got that wrestle lineman. So, but yeah, I would say dodge first, just because it's just so much easier to level them up.
You also got block on the other guard linesman. He actually has a strong team. He could buy himself a bench even now. The money he has.
Yeah, it's no longer a team to be talked about as like, oh, isn't it sad that this is the team? I mean, it's pretty good.
It doesn't have. It only has 1 or 2 like potential stars. It's still missing like that. Just stunning, amazing. Like, oh, we've got the fire badge catcher or whatever who just like runs everywhere. But
no star, and not much tackle, which cost him a lot. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Strong team.
You'd be happy with that, yeah.
So hats off there to Ricky Titan. His team's looking great for next season.
I think he'll have. Yeah, if he's staying in Div 4 next season, he could clean up potentially.
Definitely. Next to team, it's Project Angels Karelian Crusaders, and it's much the same. He has taken an armor bust on the Pestigore.
Yeah.
Although a second armor bust. It is now armor 6.
Could be time to think about maybe replacing
Yeah,
that
well,
guy.
remove your fucking halfling pestigore, please. It's like block is not worth armor 6. So
Yeah, he's not short for block now. He's got enough around.
yeah, he's fine. Team's
He's
looking
got the
pretty
money.
okay.
Do it.
He needs a killer pestigore badly.
Yeah, there's not really even one in the works, is there? I mean,
No.
Artimana in quite a while, like 7 games might get there, but
Yeah, like Jeremus is going to be a ball carrier. It's like non-negotiable. He gets like extra arms or sure hands next. Artemena
yeah,
could get mighty blow, but then he has to wait until what was it 51 to get claw.
and then yeah, and still, I mean, he's not even close to 31 yet, so it's going to be a long time before he gets to Killer Pestigore online.
Yeah, so Fire Mathil, if you're going to get another Pestigore, get a fourth one, get it. Although at this point I would probably think about getting Borsha leveled to an acceptable point where he can do stuff on his own before the fourth Pestigore now.
That's yeah, keeping it trim. Yeah, it's probably wise. I just
Absolutely.
remember Borch's face in Mountain Blade. He's got a real wrong'un's face, hasn't he? That
Oh god,
scrunched up, squidged face of a man.
I can't remember if Borsch is the one who like he has like a kind of like a carrot moustache. Is that one of those ones, or if he's like got a 9 o'clock shadow?
I'm googling him here.
Me
This is
too.
important stuff. He's got this. Yeah, he's got a 9 o'clock shadow and the scraggy hair, and just
Oh
a real
yeah.
squidged together angry face.
Oh yeah, that's Borsch. Yeah. Yeah.
Guy absolutely up to no good.
Yeah.
Which is why I mean, Nurgle, we're not a good-looking team, so that's fine, isn't it?
Of course, who am I thinking of? Who is like? It's not. I'm not thinking of Rolf. There is someone who has like the weird kind of like. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna go.
Tash.
This is gonna be an amazing episode where it's like, oh, you're looking for the Mountain Blade wiki instead of. It's not Bundle.
I think it could be my fault. I apologise for that, but
yeah,
also no regrets.
I mean, I could switch my OBS and have everyone look through the Mountain Blade wiki with me. No.
Yeah, maybe that's what they want to see. Oh, I see. Carrion Crusader's got Yes, I'm Fantastic. I didn't realise you could get a centaur. That's nice. Keep him around.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, yes, I'm fantastic.
I
Is
don't remember him looking quite like that, but yeah.
That's funny how like a mutated like 4-legged beast somehow turns into a 2-legged man.
He's actually less weird and mutated now.
Yeah, a mutated bull centaur, which used to be a chorf, turns into the size of a man.
It's a normal bald guy.
Oh, that's very stupid. We'll now move on though to Wolfbark's team. Why not? He's a good coach, good team. Eliod is still being kept around with the 6 armor. He can fire that now though.
He's got the money, yeah.
Stormvermin.
Yeah, a couple of MNGs. So he's going to be running a little bit of a bench.
He'll be fine. I mean, at the same time, Wolfbark goes to one of the 2 competitions anyway, so I'm sure he like wants to go to the playoffs, obviously, because he's a top quality coach. He's not going to give up on aspirations, but
yeah.
This is the least tense game he can play.
It shouldn't be the most brutal game for him last game as well, so he should be getting Chuckles 2 back for that. That would be nice for him.
He does have to face Sugarguard, who do have Pom on the
He does have Pom, but on the whole, he doesn't wipe out too many guys a game.
Yeah, you never know.
But you never know. It's definitely a risk.
I mean, the team has like 1 or 2 star players. Honestly, Wolfbark only needs these players to succeed. The only thing that like would make this team just even better would be like an edge piece, like an edge 5 piece rather.
Yeah, but I mean the Elb meme is just so unbelievably good.
It's probably the best piece I've ever seen.
It could be. I was thinking, what's the best piece? And he's definitely the best player in the league. Like there's no question about it.
Yeah, and absolutely in this division, definitely. In terms of gut runners, he's probably the best gut runner that I've seen. That's not like obviously just a natural 1-turner or some insane edge piece. He is so fun.
He's just like cool as well. He's not just good. He's got all the fun skills on.
Exactly.
Love to see him going at it.
And our last guy we're covering will be Siggy. got sure hands on the edge up linesman, which is cool. He's got his dedicated ball carrier.
Nice, yeah.
Which else is Rackle? Lodge side step on the other witch elf. Yeah, still strong.
Handsome looking team.
Yep, not much to say about it. It's just not fancy, just strong.
Dark Elf teams, yeah, they're normally good rather than fancy, aren't they?
Precisely.
And this is a great example of a good looking team.
Yep, my thoughts exactly. Well, we'll go on to the predictions now. This might be the last predictions actually, because no
Nothing else to predict, yeah.
After next week, nothing. So
Because we can predict how well they're doing playoffs.
we could.
That's as far as we can go, but yeah.
With Bark to win, obviously.
But yeah, we've got to back our guys, right?
Yeah. So Duke Dragons versus Red Rainbow Orcs. Ricky Titans team's looking stronger. Red Rainbow had a hard season. I think although the Orcs will naturally kind of have a big advantage in these matchups, still they give away quite a bit in terms of the old inducements. They give away a wizard at least. So for me, I think the Duke Dragons do take those probably.
I think so. I think both of these teams deserve a win, but I think the Dragons are probably, the wizard will really help them. They've got their Edge 5 guy playing. They could nick it 2-1. Seems reasonable to me.
Precisely, yeah. Next game is a admin off. GM's Mema versus...
Which is nice, we get 6 real games.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Bi-week GMan 4C.
Yep.
Not doing great.
Fantastic. I hope bi-week GMan 4C wins. Legion Dead Metal versus Dusseldorf Rainfire. Personally, Dusseldorf for me. I think Krypton's had a tough season.
He's had a miserable season. He's got most of his team back now, but Rainfire, they're going to want to push. They've got a chance of getting a playoff or a Challenger Cup spot. I think they'll go all out and win quite handily, maybe.
Absolutely. That's my feelings exactly. Although, obviously, there are some murder potential on the old Necromantic team. I
mean, Necro, they're a pretty good, decent counter to Dark Elves, I think, aren't they? Necro coaches tend to like playing Dark Elves.
Yeah.
So you never know. Could be a banana skin. Potential banana skin. PBS.
We'll see. But this is a very key game for Wolfbark. Sugar off storage, so Carl Yeager, who's a very good coach. Both teams have a bit of a anti-elf potential due to their murder pieces. Could be a brutal game.
Could also be a very high scoring. I would not be surprised if there were like 9 touchdowns in this game.
I think this is one of the hardest games to predict. I think both coaches are of very good standing. I couldn't give you a clear winner.
Let's go for a 4-4.
4-4.
Bold claims, let's do it.
Well, I think it will be a high scoring game. I think I could predict it being a tie, or at the very least, a game where Carl Yeager is forced to constantly score off like 2 turns because he knows he can't do much against the amazing Saka Grunner. So
yeah, Elbmeme is going to be his bane, but he loves to 1 turn as well, so this is going to be a great game.
Game of the week.
Too hard to call. Could be game of the season. Let's big it up.
Yeah, big it up. Massive big ups. Alpha Martyrs versus Calradian Crusaders. Probably going to be the Alpha Martyrs for me. Calradian Crusaders, though, do have 1 kill piece, even though it's slow. Could be a bit of a sad time for Alfheim if they take too many casualties.
He's been buoyed a little bit. Could have a nice end to the season, get a little win here, but yeah, it could be again potential banana skin. No one loves playing Nurgle, do they?
No, no one does. Because I think Darkrai can't go to the playoffs or anything. This might be a game where it's like, I'm going to keep the team for next season, so I'm going to play as conservative as I can, not give up hits.
Just do vanity passes for 8 turns in his backfield. It's
Precisely.
not the worst idea.
It's not the worst idea, honestly.
That's what I'm planning on doing in my last game this season.
I know, I can maybe still make Challenger Cup spots by the skin of my teeth, so I have to try.
Hey, good luck to you.
Thank you. The Open Craft Beers versus Bucky Like a Hurricane, to me, has to be the Khemri. The Khemri outbash this Chaos team. There is Claw Mighty Blow on the old Chaos, but it's not Pom. So...
yeah, I mean, again, potential banana skin. If he claws down a couple of Tomb Guardians, it could be a different story. He has done pretty well lately, Tom Racing, but Khemri got to be massive favourites. They're just...
Yeah, and
they just steamroll everybody.
The Khemri want to win this so they can potentially snap
they need to win this to have a chance of finishing top, so they're going to go all out.
Last game though, Freya's Guard versus Thermonuclear Pom. a miserable game when no one's going to be happy. Glorian and Calcium are going to be missing out on the playoffs, most likely. Although they are, sorry, 100%.
These are the two guys who've been challenging who've just fallen short, and they've just had their teams slightly trimmed, and they've gone against two horrible murdery teams. It's going to be a horrible game for them both, isn't it? They're just going to be killing each other's dead teams.
It's just fucking horrible. It's horrible. No one's going to enjoy
Probably
this.
no touchdowns, 0-0, 7 deaths.
Calcium, after loving REBBL for quite a while, that's his thing now. He loves REBBL. Will probably learn to hate REBBL after this.
This could be the game.
Yeah, where he's like, you know what?
Kill each other, bull sensor. There you go.
Yeah, Calcium goes straight back to PS4 to do his.
Oh, is he from PS4 life? Is he?
He is, yeah. I mean, he's the guy who exposed the PS4 cheating ring, so maybe.
Oh right. Oh wow. I had no idea. This is the stuff I'm missing out on. I've been in the presence of greatness all this time. Who knew?
I know, yeah. He's the one who dealt a blow to Spanish cheating rings all everywhere, and maybe this will be the game where it's like, you know, Fresgar just kicked the shit out of him with the Yeti, and he goes, "Oh fuck this, back to my bullshit. Time to expose some more Spaniards." So you know, you never know. I mean, in terms of predictions, Fresgar is a stronger team due to all the extra skills it has on its killers, but you do have Claw Palm, you do have some Mighty Blow. You have a lot of fucking Stompy from the old. So if you think Palzon, Calcium will do like a 2-assist foul most likely and just be like, get the fuck off my pitch.
Yeah, there's no incentive to not foul ever, really, is there?
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of touchdowns.
1-0 to someone, but I'm gonna
if there might be one touchdown.
I will.
Who are you giving it to?
I'll give this to Freya's guard because they do have the 8 movement piece. I think they just have a slight sort of a chance to go. Well, being ground down means a little bit less because I can just score like that. So yeah,
I think that's fair. And good predictions as always.
Those were great predictions, and that does take us to the end of the recap, which might be the last recap you guys ever get. My God. Oh, this is sad because I like doing the recap with Lord Brain Lord. What we could do maybe is do a sort of 20-minute at the end of the season, being like, well, this is you go here, you'll go in there in terms of the playoffs, easy teams.
Little montage. Of, relive our favourite moments.
A little montage. Yeah, that would be great. I would like to do that, but we do say that we're going to do things a lot of the time, and we don't fucking do them.
That's true. Yeah, mostly what I like to do is say that I'm going to do things and then not do them. So.
Yeah, precisely. My favourite thing is chatting shit in the recaps and just like having long diatribes about nothing in particular. I'm trying to think of something to drop in terms of like a pearly nugget of wisdom. In the mornings in my workplace, we have a guy who walks past the thing, or like runs past the thing, the front door that is, multiple times in the morning, just screaming and like bleating like a lamb.
This guy sounds cool.
Yeah, mentally ill, I think, but very cool.
I think it's a good shout that he could be mentally unwell.
And that's the issue where I work. It's just that not like mental illness, more so that everyone near my workplace is like some sort of weird reject from like Chernobyl. Like we have so many weird people walk through. Like, a guy walked through our door today, no bottom teeth, smelt strongly of cigarettes. He was working in Spain as an English tutor for 9 years. Okay, mate, yeah, I'll take your passport. Yeah. I can also see your DBS. And he goes, yeah, sure. I just want to sort of like let you have a warning.
Great start.
Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, I got into a bit of trouble in Spain, and I didn't know until I came back. But it's flashed up on my DBS.
Was he running an illegal Blood Bowl cheating ring?
Oh no! It was. Yeah, his name was Sergel. He was running a cheating ring. No, I mean it was. What he said was like, oh, you know how it is. My ex-wife. Just all I did was call her a fucking bitch, and then she told the police, and then so I see on this thing, I see on his DBS he has like a domestic violence kind of offence.
Oh Christ! What a cool guy.
Yeah, beats his wife, smells the ciggies, And
No teeth.
he left the thing. He's like, I was like, that shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Wife beats. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool wife beater.
Walks away all happy, or thinks he's gonna get a job. I turn to my colleague. I'm like, I'll just throw this in the waste of time pile. He goes, yeah,
Yeah.
no
I
fucking.
mean, I don't want to help this guy. This
I know.
guy does not deserve
I
my.
don't want to help him either. But there's also nothing we can use him for. He's got a dirty DBS. What the fuck can we do with him? We can't do anything.
Who wants to employ a toothless wife beater
I know, like dentist
with
office.
bad
Maybe.
hygiene?
Dentist office, mate. I don't know. It was fucking.
It's an advert. This is what can I just stand outside the dentist?
Well, I had another guy who came in the other day. He was like really like chirpy, like yep, like a bit too chirpy. I was like handing a few documents back and like talking to him, and I just smelled this really weird kind of stodgy smell. It's really stodgy. I was like, what does this remind me of? And like I started looking him in the eyes and all that, and I chat with him. I know his pupils are wide, and it dawned on me, oh my god, the smell I'm smelling is cocaine. I know the cocaine smell. He smelled really strongly of like someone who just spilled like a whole fucking ground of coke on himself. And like
in business hours.
Yeah, literally. He's like, yo, sorry, I was just taking my nephew to school. I'm like, oh yeah. So see him off. I'm like, I hope that man wasn't taking his nephew to school, because otherwise he was wired. He was just. I turned to my colleague and go, you know what I think that man was on? It was like, oh, what, like weed?
He's on the weed. Was he?
Yeah, no. I was like, no. It was obviously cocaine. He smelled of cocaine. And I was like, was cocaine have a smell? Yes. I mean, I'm not
fast talking.
I'm not gonna try and like, what's the word? Get anyone to out themselves. But if anyone knows the smell of cocaine,
I'm aware of the smell of cocaine.
If anyone's aware of the smell of cocaine, can you please comment in the YouTube?
It's not very similar to the smell of weed, is it?
No, it's not like polystyrene. It's weird.
It's very artificially sort of, yeah.
It smells artificial is the thing. So everyone put in the comments the smell. I have smelt the smell of cocaine.
So I've heard. I've never, obviously.
Oh no, of course not. But
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah,
but so I hear.
What is a Coke? Does that drink? But yeah, put it into the.
That's it. That's what. Yeah.
Confirm in the comments. Write your full name, your address, your place of work, your boss's contacts, and we'll be in touch. So, yeah, that's my weekly thoughts.
That was a good one, but also bleak. I feel the amount of horrendous people you run into is.
Oh God! Oh yeah. I mean, have I told you about the guy who scammed us out of money?
No.
For like doing some sort of leafleting scam like 3 years ago. I mean, I wasn't working. Obviously, this is like a newish job. But my colleague, for like not every day for 3 years, but like every week at least, in that 3 years period. Initially, he was like contacting him, being like, "Where's the money? Where's the money, John? We need the money. Stop fucking screwing." And the courts won't do anything about him. It's a civil dispute, not a criminal one. So
right, yeah.
He's not paying the money back. There's not too much they can do. The police won't do anything. So he's turned from that to like finding new ways to harass him. So playing soundboards down the thing, or that kind of thing. Or one time, my colleague called him up and was like, "Hello, my name is John Smith," and the guy on the phone was like, "I don't know John Smith." And we just heard him loudly say as we were putting down the phone, "John Smith." We sat that down. We broke into laughter. Oh god, there's just a lot of amazing stories about this place, or like people we meet. Like the guy who calls us like 6 times a day, being like, "Oh, I'm ready for work on Monday." Okay, thanks. And like can you tell boss that I'm ready I can work on Wednesdays, but I can't work on any other day this week. She hasn't worked for us in 10 years. She calls us up 6 times a day. And the boss is usually screams at people, like really, he's like a mean crotchety old man. And he doesn't do this to anyone else. He just goes, "Okay, right, that's great, Alison. Have a good day." Like, puts on the phone, like, and when my colleague picks up the phone and starts just making noises at her like blah 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 blah, he gets shouted at by the boss, being like, "Oh come on, she's mentally ill. You can't do that." I was like, yeah, that is mean. It is mean to do that.
It's true, isn't it? I mean,
But sure, can't you block a number or something? Why are we
yeah,
still entertaining this?
probably not. Yeah, it's really good for her to be.
No, it's not. It really isn't. I don't know what. Oh god! And but the thing I was sitting there, in the office today. I was like listening to this man who's bleating like a sheep right down the road. I was like, he didn't have like a minder. He didn't have someone who's like holding his hand. He's just doing this like in public. He's free to run around and bleat. I was like, why is no one watching this man? Why is no one like caring enough to be like, hang on,
Someone should be doing something here.
he,
Yeah.
he got caught on the train by my colleague recently, like shouting and bleating the names of all the stops on like on the I don't know, I think it's Bromley South to Victoria line, just being like, you know, oh, I hear the green, and you're just like shouting of it, and in just like this weird rhythmic kind of way.
It's just like a bleak insight into
I know, like
good old broken Britain, right here.
yeah, broken Britain. You know, the coalition Britain that was built in 2010, 2015.
Austerity.
This poor man is being allowed to do this, and no one's like watching him. I mean, like, okay, I guess you could say he has the freedom to take the train and like do his own and live his life without being constrained.
Yeah, in a way that's good, but like you say, somebody should be keeping an eye out on this stuff.
That man is going to get hit by a bus at some point. I just think he should be watched. That's all I ask in this.
It's a nice fun end to our final recap here.
I know. I mean, this is what I love. I do love I love turning the recap into a podcast where I just get to talk.
Of your incredibly bleak snapshot of social life.
I know. Well, yeah. I think this is what I should be talking about. I mean, if I worked at this job for 6 months or something and then came out of it and did like the worst of podcast and like talking about Broken Britain for the eyes of like this agency, I'm sure a lot of people would be like, this is a really interesting insight. Although I would have to like cover up all the times that I was gleefully engaging in something, like harassing this con artist or like, you know.
You could do like a John Ronson thing and interrogate your own responses to everything.
I know, like I feel like a bad person because one time my colleague asked me to pass on the lady I was talking about earlier to him so he could make noises at her specifically to cheer himself up. I feel bad for that.
What have I become? It makes monsters of us all.
Yeah, I know. I came into the agency voting Labour. Halfway through, I was voting Lib Dem. Came out of it voting Brexit Party. Now all I do is draw swastikas on my notebooks because I really believe in destroying the Untermensch. Yeah, well.
Love those guys. The Untermensch to this.
Do you have any thoughts?
Do I have any thoughts to close this season? It's been a fun season. That's like a really emphatic statement, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
I've watched basically all the games, and they've been good. No one's been like rubbish.
Yeah.
And no one's been like mad. And people have had there's been some painful deaths and stuff. But overall, it's like a high state. We're talking about like, I'm in a Division 4 team as well. But like Crepusculum, who struggled in this league, he kicked the crap out of me. So this has been a pretty decent league. Good coaches and good teams.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. That is undeniable.
And they play nice Blood Bowl, and I've enjoyed watching it. Thanks for playing for me, guys.
Everyone's been great. Obviously, we can't say who's going to win, but like if Wolfbark does win this, like I do think he is, I think he's deserved it. It's been fantastic to watch some of you. Carl Yeager's been a particular highlight for me. I think he's a fantastic bloke, not only helping us out with the recap with his Carl Yeager reports, but just being a great player. Hats off to Skeleton. Hats off to everyone who's engaged with us. Calcium especially as well. You know, and also
streaming the games and all.
And also for Calcium streaming has been great.
That quad skull worth it just for that.
That is one of the most viewed Blood Bowl clips of like all time now.
Really? God, well, good.
I know. It was really double quad skulls into self Kaz. Amazing. I think that was a perm as well. I can't remember if it got saved.
But even better.
Yeah, I know. It's just layers upon layers.
What a moment! It's been great watching the Days to Go Dragons go from 0 to like mid-table mediocrity. That's been.
And everyone
got. They were spent. Everyone got a win.
Everyone got a win.
Can't say further than that. But Wolfbark did not get a loss unless Carl Yeager can do us one more favour.
we are going to be watching that with bated breath. And also, final shout out to McNaughton, who on every single recap post has spelled out the word chav in emojis.
It's a lot of work. He's also helping out with the recap with that.
Oh no, of course he keeps people interested. But yeah, so this is going to be us for now. Thanks so much for watching the recaps week in, week out, guys. We appreciate everyone's help, everyone's feedback, everyone's interest that's been sustained throughout the season. I hope that if I do another recap next season, I'm not 100% sure on it, that I end up being paired again with Lord Brainlord, who I think.
Oh damn! Thank you, goddamn.
I mean, you've been the funnest.
Me too.
You've been the funnest co-recapper of all time.
It's that same. I've only had you as a chief recapper, so you are
fun, yeah.
the best I've ever known.
High bar, and I'm sure you'll never find one who is better than me. I am the fucking bee's knees, despite the fact that
I've got no reason. I'm going to stay loyal if you're happy to have me again.
Oh no, I'll have you. Yeah, I'll have you any fucking day. Yeah. And in fact, we could recap your division next season. That'll be fun. I can do that. I can request specifically, be like, hi, use all of my goodwill.
Let's just pick someone to follow him. Let's just follow Calcium around.
Yeah, let's follow Calcium around. Just like abuse him. Go, you Graham Norton looking little fuck.
I'm glad I got one more mention just before the end.
Oh yeah, we have 3 recappers for this division. We have Lord Brainlord, Chuck Manmilk, and McNaughton. McNaughton like just gives us his pre-recorded little bits from his job where he has to wait like night shifts, I think now. So he can't actually be on the actual show. He just gives us pre-recorded little bits.
We'll play little WhatsApp voice notes down the mic.
This is a WhatsApp voice note from McNaughton. What he said, because you can't hear it because it's really mumbled, as he's like, I don't know, stopping skagheads in Dundee from robbing some sort of warehouse. McNaughton says,
bleak jobs.
Calcium, you are Graham McNaughton. You are a very flamboyant Northern Irishman. Haha. Quad skulls. Get fucked, cunt.
Chav.
Well, yeah. Drops that into me, and I'm just like steaming. Like, you're supposed to insult Calcium, not me. You're not coming on the show next time.
Edit the bit out.
Yeah, but yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. We are going to sign off now. Have a great day. See you maybe for the last time. Take it easy.